Hello, I'm Westy Rail 75B, and today we'll be driving one of my scenarios, which is 2 Papa 14, the 0752, which is the West Midlands train service from Bromsgrove to Lichfield Trent Valley, set in 2018. It's only the second day of our electric train operation to Bromsgrove, so please set up your cab, including the destination display, to prepare for a prompt 7:52 departure up the Licky incline towards Lichfield Trent Valley. Guard may close the doors 30 seconds before scheduled departure time at each station if it is safe to do so. Departure time is own F1 brief and enjoy the run. I'm sure we will. So let's go into the back cab, put the tail lights on. In reality, these would have been set when leaving the back cab. That is bug number 1. Back in the front, we'll put the headlights on, open the doors, reverse it into neutral, DR8 on. Outside, we'll set the destination display. Nearly there. Okay. Now we've just got to wait for the doors to close. Eventually, the signal's clear, put it into forward. Now we just got to wait for them to be closed. Shouldn't be too much longer. You can see the pair of 323s, 323 213 and 323 218. This is West Midlands Railway livery from Virtual Bus. The link is in the readme of this scenario. Of course, Dovetail Games have messed up the London Midland logo with a capital L, unfortunately. Hopefully there'll be an ex-London Midland version available soon. You can see they're closed way too fast, and the house alarm is late, bug number 2. So signal's clear. Guard buzzer, and we can be on our way. You know, the gaps in the sounds there highlighted there for you. And notch 2. If I were to put a notch 4, there wouldn't be as many gaps, but because it's a 40-mile-an-hour limit, I can only depart in notch 2 or 3, otherwise I would be speeding, and that's not allowed. We can accelerate to 90 miles per hour. Now, of course, the Cuju Black 5. Now, listen out as we go over this bridge in this brand new Class 323. You hear that? It's pretty much exactly the same sound. So they've reused running sounds from Cuju rolling stock. Very disappointing for a new unit, and it's the first time they've done it for a lot of add-ons. Passing a Class 170. Heading towards Gloucester or Stansted Airport. That was the driver's vigilance lights going off. I am still alive, so I have pressed the pedal with E. There is that feature. That's, I guess that's one good feature. Cab here was designed by Wagons, so it's relatively it's very high quality, which is one other good thing about this. I believe the fan works as well. How exciting! I have to say I am a big fan of Wagons' work. I should stop with a terrible puns throughout this video. So we are struggling to accelerate past 60. I'm not sure how well 323 is doing in real life up the Licky incline. It is a 1 in 38 gradient. As I said, it's the steepest gradient on a conventional railway in the UK. Often in steam days you'd have banking locomotives to push trains up the incline. No surprise there. I should be picking up speed now. And let's hear how good the horn is at this whistle board. Yeah, so you can hear from the reaction, yeah, the whistle is quite, or the horn is very feeble on this unit in-game, whereas it's not like that in real life. So bug number 3, I'm going to lose count, I'll just list them off. This unit sounds like Kuju's steam. Your next station stop is Barnt Green. See how well I can stop. Way too early. So the brakes are quite strong. I'm not sure how strong they are in real life. But we've got plenty of time, so we can take it nice and easy. Let's come into a stand here. Stops a little bit short, but it's okay. We're fully on the platform. You know what this reminds me of at Barnt Green? See if you can get the hint. It's the OpenBVE, which of course the version ran between Redditch and Birmingham New Street. I spent many happy hours on that. Gives me great vibes here at Barnt Green of that. A 323 approaching, that sounds more like a diesel multiple unit than anything else. Heading towards Bromsgrove, and that Barnt Green station itself is quite nice. You got that, well, you got the hedge here. It's relatively well detailed, which is nice, and small details here. So there are good points about this. There are bad points. Should be on the move shortly. Off we go. Notch 4, and you can listen to the sounds. Yeah, so it cuts out quite abruptly there, which, yeah, it's not really good. I mean, the actual recordings are good, but they've been mixed very badly, which is unfortunate. Hopefully the community, or indeed Armstrong Powerhouse, come out with an enhancement pack at some point. I'm no good with sounds, otherwise I would attempt it myself. As you may be able to see, I'm better with scenarios, and there's a Voyager passing us now. Didn't get the number, but that'll be heading towards the south somewhere, towards Bristol Temple Meads, or even further than that. Next station stop will indeed be Longbridge. Massive OpenBVE vibes here. Which, funny enough, had better run sounds for the 323. Surprise, surprise. Better run sounds, and it was free. Slow down for this 30 limit coming up here after the turnback siding at Longbridge. around the same location even. You can show, including with the heads-up display, my route knowledge isn't up to par yet on this route. Pressing my Q button there, which is available for £999.99. This is a turn-back siding at Longbridge before the electrification works to Bromsgrove are completed. Trains that now run to Bromsgrove would have terminated at Longbridge. Just here, I believe, was the line to the old Rover car plant. Again, route knowledge gained from OpenBVE, which is of course official. How was she doing? That's very dangerous. No trespassing. The passengers aren't always well behaved on this route, and they appear to do that. It's definitely not safe, not at all. So we are at Longbridge. Next station stop is Northfield, and then Kings Norton, Bourneville, Selly Oak, University, Five Ways, Birmingham New Street, Aston, Gravelly Hill, Erdington, Chester Road, Wild Green, Sutton, Coldfield, Four Oaks, Butler's Lane, Blake Street, Shenstone, Lichfield City, and finally Lichfield Trent Valley at 9:06. Just waiting again for the doors to be closed. Awkward silences. Not long now. We're doing pretty well for time as well. Here we go again. Only me, we knew that. It's the OpenBVE Class 323 sounds, which you'll agree sound a lot better, interestingly, despite being recorded all those years ago. Full use of my Q button there. And another 323 heading to Redditch or Bromsgrove. Of course, you'll see a few West Midlands trains 323s about, and during this time in 2018 there were a few about probably about 3/4 had been repainted. I better start braking or we're going to go past Northfield. There's me talking about 323s and getting distracted. Thankfully, we are not part. We should just be alright. Nice smooth stop, that's what we like to see. And pretty spot on actually. Yeah, so this time about 75% of 323s had been repainted into the West Midlands Trains livery. These are unfortunately due to be cascaded to Northern some point next year. But these are wonderful units. They still have a life somewhere. Unlike me. Just waiting again for the doors to be closed. We are running quite early. Obviously, the driving's too good for the game. I completely understand. Q. Track lane is interesting in here, as you can see, and you will also notice with the track it is the Just Trains / Goo track, which is a patch that I made myself and is also available on my website for your perusal. Let's start braking for this red signal. That'll be a very good idea. On point with that Q button today. Oh, and it's cleared already. Bleed off speed a little bit and build it up a tiny bit. As we slowly come across here, I will show you the Camp Hill line. Annoyingly, it has not been included. You can see there's a huge gap, which, like the Northampton loop, is a bit of an F at the moment. It would have been very useful for certain trains, but of course this is Dovetail Games. We're now approaching at Kings Norton. Nice smooth stop. Signals on red, so DRA on and reverse into neutral, because the banner repeater is in a horizontal position, so the connected signal around the corner of limited sighting is at danger. Rules knowledge coming out there. You might have heard when we stopped that there was a the sound when coming to a stop is actually okay. The problem is the sounds play at a certain speed. Hello driver, 1 Lima 00 in front of you has made an emergency stop at Bourneville due to PASCOM activation. When the train crew have investigated, it will be on its way. Hopefully it shouldn't delay you too much. I hope not. Over. Be useful if the signaller told me before now, because then he could have held me at Bourneville, or at Kings Norton even. But we'll pull up slowly to the signal anyway. And my real life role as a guard, I have had a PASCOM activation before. I gave people plenty of time to get on and off, and as soon as I closed the door, someone decided they were on the wrong train. So they pulled the PASCOM and jumped off. And that act that probably took them 10 seconds to pull that and get off, it caused me many minutes of paperwork. I've got to walk through the train, check every PASCOM, and check no one's in distress, and then reset them. Meanwhile, the driver's in contact with the signaller as well, so that delayed us by quite a few minutes by that one person doing that one stupid thing. So hopefully, if this train crew knows what they're doing in front, then we should be on the move shortly. I can hear it moving now, so that's perfect. And off we go again. Next station stop is at Bourneville. I can almost smell the chocolate. 5 on the buzzer. Driver guard leaving train in accordance with the rules. If one of the rules is going to the factory to have chocolate. And another 323 coming in the opposite direction towards Bromsgrove. Next station stop, Bourneville. Yummy. Now, I've been to the Caviar Factory before. I do recommend visiting. I have a ride on a 323 in the process. And then write a complaint to Dovetail Games that it does not match the in-game at 323 in terms of sounds. Now approaching Bourneville with its nice purple railings and staircases and canopy and lamps. Very fitting for Caviar. Very, very nice. Signal is at, well, it's showing caution, single yellow, so I've put the DRA on it to remind me. And let's have a look at the Caviar Factory. Yummy. So there's a multi-storey car park, which I'm not sure should be there in real life, unless you are having chocolate cars, which I somehow doubt. So the actual complex has a couple of custom buildings. It looks okay, but it definitely looks much different than that in real life. But they've done what they can. That guard's buzzer, which I'm so used to pressing, and off we go again towards Selly Oak, Smelly Oak, Silly Oak, Smelly Oak, Selly Oak. And a 170 in the opposite direction, most likely heading towards Hereford, or a pair of 170s. Hello. This canal section is very nice here. I believe this is the Birmingham and Worcester Canal, but I could be wrong. Single yellow. Which I remember on our departure from, that's Selly Oak. I'm crossing the canal now. Canal now. I'm still getting used to the braking of this unit. It's quite strong. DRO on to remind me the next signal is at red, and a nice view of the Birmingham cityscape there, which I very much appreciate. If we zoom in a little bit, it's quite well detailed around here. I do appreciate that. And again, another awkward silence while we wait for the doors to be closed at Selly Oak. We're only about 3 minutes late, so not too bad. Not great either. Next signal is probably at red. for university. I think some people at Dovetail Games need to go to the University of Sound. If that's even a thing. There's a bit of a falling gradient, so I'm going to slow down before this signal. Because red means stop, as you probably well know. Or you may not, in which case it means stop. Please stop. And another 323 heading to Brazil. And the signal has cleared. We can be on our way to university. So a nice smooth stop. There we go, smooth, not reverse, that's bad. And the next signal might be on red again. This is University for the University of Birmingham and Queen Elizabeth Hospital. Now I know the university is somewhere up here, with its iconic chimney, which was ripped from, I think, London to Brighton or South London lines. So, yeah, and scaled up quite a bit to be a big boy chimney. So that's definitely not right. Of course, the iconic University of Birmingham here being quite a shack, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, the sounds are okay, so the mixing is what's bad about them, but the actual brake release I appreciate, and the stopping. It is missing this though. Now, of course, is flange for you, those in the know, if you will pardon the pun. But that is missing, as our junction sounds. So that's unfortunate. We're playing manual. Now we just passed a lovely MTU set, heading towards Plymouth. That will be the, I believe, possibly the Leeds to Plymouth service, or I could be very wrong. Let's see if I'm right. I am correct. Surprise, surprise. I'm not usually correct. Next station stop is 5 ways, and I think this sums up what I think of the sounds, really.
I have to say, I'm taking no pleasure from this. No pleasure whatsoever. No, wait, in fact, that's completely wrong. I'm taking immense pleasure from this.
Nice snippet of how I really feel about it. You know, some parts are good, some parts are bad. Sometimes I think I'm enjoying this, sometimes not so much when the sound's cut out. Hopefully, as I say, there will be a mod. Hopefully. Or an update, we can dream. You know, so I've started braking 230 relatively early, just because I was getting restrictive signal aspects. Next station stop is 5 ways, but there are 5 ways to go. Well, there's not. There's 2. There's platform 1 and 2, but you get my point. fanning the brake a little bit. It's because the falling gradient and some sort of crossing, and another 323 heading for probably a Redditch. No, Bromsgrove. I told you I can be wrong sometimes. Now approaching 5 ways. .323s are really sing in real life. I'm not sure what this is though. Well, it's destinations, but someone's spilt coffee in it. Very naughty. But then coffee is important. The other thing is, the windows do not, the drop light windows do not work. Anyway, we better be off. Enough about windows. But XP is my favourite. Or you could say that this train runs on Mac because the windows do not work. Try not to speed too much, but the next signal is at danger. Danger, danger. Just around this next corner, through this series of tunnels, which I do not remember the names of. I know the last one is Holiday Street, and we all wish we could go on Holiday Street. But alas. Looks like we've got another wait for a signal. Wonderful. There we go, and we're off again. Into Birmingham New Street. Sounds that I wish I could hear in this game. Point work as well. No sounds when going over that. It's a bit laggy here. It's about 20 frames, but that's to be expected. It's an amount of trains. Westminster's Railway, as you saw, pulling on the left, coming from Shrewsbury. Virgin trains are Pride 390, which are going to London Euston. London North Western Railway Class 350 heading for Liverpool. Virgin Trains Class 390, which has just arrived from London Euston. Aviva Trains Wales 158, which is going to Aberystwyth and Pwllheli. I said those very badly, I apologise. And on the right, there's a Class 170 cross country heading towards Cardiff Central. So lots to look at here. On the left, another cross-country Voyager, which I believe would be the Burton-on-Trent to Southampton Central service. should know, I place these trains myself. As we round the curve. That's an excellent report form there. Platform cuts into the train. And we'll come to a stop around here. I don't know what's happening with the signals, that's an irregularity. Gosh, I miss Phil Sayer. As an utter legend on the UK railways, rest in peace. Now we've got the boring text-to-speech announcements. Okay, we have proceed clear signals. Let's go again. 10 miles an hour, nice and fast. And another class 323. And the slightly incorrect speed limit, as you'll see on the heads-up display, 90 miles an hour. Somehow I don't think going through Birmingham New Street at 90 miles an hour would be safe or practical. So we will be staying at 10 miles an hour until the railway train has passed the 30 speed board, which we've just passed. You might have also noticed at Birmingham there are 2 platform 8As, which is another error, and as I said, I have completely lost track of all of these. Accelerate up to 30 miles per hour. Because you've already seen the speed board on the ground on the left, but we already passed one at the mouth of the tunnel, so do not worry. So we've got the D on the signal, which is a D for Duddeston. But we're not stopping at Duddeston, and this is the only station that we will pass that we will not be stopping at, interestingly. As we climb up onto the flyover. There's a class 323 there on the Wassell to Wolverhampton via Birmingham New Street service. It's been held for us. We are very special, and it's been held for us because it is stopping at Duddeston, and we are not. I may be pronouncing that wrong. Apologies if I am. Not the class 350, Duddeston. Miles per hour. And a warning of the 45 miles per hour, so we won't accelerate too much. pair of Class 323s on the Four Oaks to Birmingham New Street extra service. Double yellows as we're taking a diverging route from Aston. And we're approaching Aston. Try not to stop short. We're doing for time. Not too badly, only about 1 minute to 2 minutes late. Nice, smooth stop. Another Class 323 as we wait for the doors to be closed and we can proceed onwards towards the Lichfield Trent Valley. Thank you God, we shall be on our way. 20 miles per hour. Hello 323. And as the road of the train passes the 40 miles an hour speedboard, we're going to, of course, speed up to 140 miles per hour. I wish 40 miles per hour. Let's go. Now up here you will see this is the famous spaghetti junction of the M6, and I can't remember the other motorway, but it's quite a famous junction called Spaghetti Junction. Station stop is a Gravelly Hill. Gravelly Hill. Hill that is gravelly, a gravelly hill. We'll look at the area around here, which is and their cuttings, they're relatively well done. I mean, this section of the route looks quite nice. Station stop is Erdington. Now I hope what's coming up is what the Dovetail Games developers are saying right now, but I doubt it.
My fault, is it? Oh, of course! There I was thinking it was your fault because you've been left in charge, or Manuel's fault for not waking you, and all the time it was my fault! Oh, it's so obvious now, I've seen the light! Well, I must be punished then, mustn't I? You're a naughty,
But somehow I don't think they feel like that, because every release seems to be more rushed than the last, unfortunately. Especially in terms of rolling stock. Now approaching Erdington. And we have a red signal. Let's check for that. This is Erdington. Hello driver, 2 uniform 1-3 in front of you is delayed at Chester Road due to a fault on this train. It should be on the move shortly, but please be aware they may delay behind it as far as 4 Oaks, so it's due to terminate. I think it has already moved on from Chester Road, but we will see. Next station stop is the road in Chester, Chester Road. Chester Drawers. And another red signal. That's a good point. I do wonder where the next train is. Still at Wild Green. Let's help if I open the doors. again, another relatively nice suburban area. Most of the houses looking the same, but it's to be expected. Can't expect much more. Station stop is the green that is wild in Wild Green. I think this area is done very nicely with the allotments. Very well done the nut part. It does look very, very nice. Screenshot whilst braking for Wild Green, but again this area, it does look very nice. That's one good thing. A lot of allotments. Another cautionary signal, not having too much luck. And a floating car stop mark. Not long to go now. Again, another look around these areas with the allotments, and of course, being Train Simulator, the inclusion of lots of veg, which is always appreciated. They've given a shout out to us veg. Lovely. Station stop is the Coldfield in Sutton, Coldfield. Or Sutton Oldfield if you have a senior roll card. I've just seen an advertisement for, but we better stop powering down for this danger signal, which of course means stop. And it's changed to proceed, so let's go. Next station stop is the Coldfield, Sutton Coldfield. If you are leaving the train here, please take your personal belongings with you before leaving the train. Anything left unattended will be sold by the train crew on eBay. If you are leaving us here at Sutton Coldfield. Come on, Dovetail Games, this is Sutton Coldfield, not Sutton Surrey. Why is there a London sign? London billboard, honestly. And another lovely red signal, which has now changed to proceed as we slow down to a stop at Sutton Coldfield. Is that too many times? obligatory screenshot here, naturally. But it's a relatively nice station with most character. Not sure what's going on with the textures, but perhaps it's like that in real life. I'm not sure. I've never got off the train here. Time to go. One registration arm in the wall and one not. But a very nice tunnel asset. Next station stop is Four Oaks, where there are indeed 4 Oaks. That might not be, I'm not sure. This route package is £24.99. Stonks. The next station stop is 4 Oaks, which doesn't really rhyme. 4 Oaks. Cuju time. Yay. And a green proceed signal as the train has probably proceeded into the bay platform at 4 Oaks. It's finally got out of our way. Here is the perpetrator of our delay. Look at him there, looking all smug. You have caused confusion and delay. And you appear to have also gone a bit too far there. Serves you right. Station stop is Butler's Lane, of which there are none on this service. I wish there was, with an alcoholic drinks trolley, but there are no butlers on this service. Running about on time, which is good, evident of good driving. Just arriving at Butler's Lane. view of the surrounding area. Doesn't look too bad again. Next station stop is Blake Street. Blake Street. Stay off Train Simulator if you can't take the heat. Your next station stop is Blake Street. Put it in nice and gently. And another view of the area. It's getting more and more rural. Definitely more and more rural as we go along.
Look at all those chickens.
Buzz buzz and off we go. Next stop is Shenstone, which is served by 2 trains an hour. Whereas every stop from Aston as far as Blake Street is served by 3 trains an hour at least. Section from Four Oaks to New Street, 4 trains an hour. Falling gradient, so we can coast, accelerate up to 60. Station stop is Shenstone, due to arrive roughly on time, which is not bad. Getting very good FPS here, which is more than I can say about a lot of other routes, so that maybe that is one good other thing, but then again it is because we're in quite a rural setting now. We're out of central Birmingham. But the actual landscaping is very nice, I think. They've done a good job with that. Especially the detail up here. approaching at Shenstone. Very nice station building here, which looks to be custom made, which is nice to see. And we've arrived on time. Another view here, a couple of Easter eggs you might notice here. With a cow and of course the milk float, which if you played Train Simulator for a while you might recognise from the Portsmouth Direct Line, and also a cow in a boat, and I thought I was random. Yes, the milk float was drivable in the Portsmouth Direct Line, the original one, which was quite a bit of a meme, especially by DTG standards. Next station stop is Lichfield City. And a Class 323, that's probably come from that Lichfield Trent Valley, is heading for Bromsgrove. Some nice detail around here in the countryside, which was very much appreciated. Lovely. And then ruined by a Kuju Bridge stand. Sure, we're slowing down a little bit for 55 speed restriction on the curve. So I really wish that was is implemented. It's the small details and the sounds that matter. You also notice the door interlock light does not work, so even though the cab is made by wagons, they haven't eliminated that, unfortunately. And I hadn't had the saloon lights on. The passengers, yeah, they might appreciate them being on, so there we go. They do work. And this is a passenger view as well. Slightly modified. It's nice to see the saloon lights work at least. So there are a few good things. Standing now 45 miles an hour. It's coming through Lichfield City. I'm unsure where that line on the left comes in from. I believe it's an old disused line, judging by the fence. I shan't take offence. According to the map, it is Anglesey Sightings, which I have not heard of before. And coming into Lichfield, this is the view. Doesn't look too bad. A couple of Kuju car parks. Well, at least one of them is. Doesn't feel too much like a city. And random sounds for some reason. And pulling into Lichfield City Station with its iconic canopy up there. Lichfield City is fairly pretty. Don't know why she's checking her watch. We are on time. Very rude. There we go. As you can see, the canopy is quite iconic, and they've modelled that, which is actually nice to see. And then the main station entrance, which again is quite nice, so well done there for the modelling. Some old bus shelters and random buses as well. But there are some nice assets here as well. I believe that is an American billboard as well. I've seen that on a few American routes. And time to go for our final stop. Nice and slow, just less than a mile to go. That rhymed. Until our final station stop at Lichfield Trent Valley. So when our sixth coach has passed this 60 mile an hour restriction, we can speed up to 60 miles per hour. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your guard speaking. Your next station stop will be at Lichfield Trent Valley, where the service terminates. Please make sure you take your personal belongings with you before leaving the train. Once again, anything left unattended will be sold by me on eBay. Thanks for travelling with West UL 75B / West Midlands trains. Hopefully the journey has not been too jerky. This is at Lichfield Trent Valley. With its single platform. These are through roads and they go off towards the Derby direction. And a general view of Lichfield Trent Valley. West Coast Main Line at platforms with hourly London Midland services towards Crewe and towards London. So Lichfield Trent Valley, this service terminates here. Well done, driver, you made it in decent time despite the delays on your journey. You have some time to relax, providing us a Reginald 2 Romeo 25. So that's it, thank you very much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully, see you again very soon.